Hey, yo, what's up, Tuddy Buddies? Welcome to the Tuddy Buddy NFL show.
Man, that was very nice. I wasn't really feeling it until it's like we press record and bam,
Yeah, we're in it. Well, I wasn't feeling it either. I felt weird.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I had a late night last night. I feel a little off.
Well, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I'll tell people. Went to a nice tribute, T-Swift tribute concert.
Was there a tribute to Travis Kelce?
There was actually at one point on the screen behind her while she's singing.
Yeah.
They put up Kelsey's jersey. The crowd went nuts. Mostly a bunch of like kind of 5 to 15-year-old girls, and they ate it up.
So I don't even know if I want to hear more about it, but I have bad news.
Okay, give it to me.
Air Jordan is not going to be able to join us today. But you know what? I'm going to ask him if he can give us
just his
some
thoughts.
picks.
Give us some picks. Okay, we'll use those on the next ep because I think this is our looking backwards ep. We're going to give you our rankings, and then you know how we do it. We put out 2 eps a week. The other ep is going to be, bet.
Yeah. Full of Riz.
Yeah.
I'm full of Riz. I'm full of opinions.
You are. You're full of something. You're full of something, pal.
What's funny is they always say men can't multitask, and I think you could probably tell I was trying to multitask. I was trying to text Air Jordan.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Anytime I try, I do a really bad job at everything I'm trying to do. So, and you're at even better than I am.
For the fans who are not seeing the video,
Yeah.
For the listeners, the podcast listeners, we have 2 dogs with us today.
Yeah.
We got Bella and Roxy.
Bella and Roxy. Bella is a beautiful, kind of prime of her life, golden
retriever sort of dog.
And then, around kind of that type of dog. And then Roxy's kind of in her, twilight years.
Yeah.
And she's a nice little chihuahua.
I like them both. I think I'm a little more partial to Roxy for whatever reason.
She's just a real mellow little baby girl. All right, folks. Listen, you're picking up on kind of the mellow vibes, the mellow Friday vibes right now.
Yeah. And
I think that's because the ranking world's kind of, at least my rankings, they feel like they're settling into place. You don't feel? Do you feel that way? You hate it. You hate your rankings.
I kind of hate them still.
Okay.
Honestly, yes. I kind of hate them still. I'm going to close my eyes and talking.
Yeah, listeners, you're not going to be able to know this, but Andrew looks so distressed right now. Yeah. He was sad to even admit that he doesn't like his rankings, but he doesn't. And that, sometimes that happens.
Yeah. I made a mistake by throwing the ball to the dog, and the listeners probably heard it. So
they're going to hear some things. That's fine. It's fine. Okay. You know what? Let's just start at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Let's start with the bad
I feel
teams.
better about the bottom than I do the top.
Okay, perfect. Because I want to get you, I just want to kind of ease you in. I want to make you a happy camper again.
Yeah. Thank you.
So 5th from the bottom, who do you got?
Patriots.
Oh, they are not in my bottom. Actually, they are my 6th worst team. So they're not quite, they didn't quite crack the bottom 5.
I'm interested to hear why they're not. I mean, do you want to so it's not much to say if they're, 26th versus 27th worst or whatever it is.
Yeah. I think what the difference is, just looking at the other teams, is that the Patriots generally have not been blown out.
Right. They're not necessarily in the game, but they're not just giving up the game.
Yeah, pretty much all of their games have been low scoring, and the other teams, I'm looking at them, I think all have at least one that would qualify as like a blowout.
Here's what I'll say. It's a testament to the defense over there in New England.
Yes.
And quick fact, I'm going to be in New England next week, so I might try to do a little episode from Gillette.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that content. That's going to be kind of incredible, kind of a game changer for us.
Yeah,
we're a SoCal podcast, but now we're kind of bi-coastal international or national.
Oh yeah,
yeah, kind of a whole Anyway, my 5th team's the Rams.
The Rams are right up there with them. They're my 4th.
Okay, so they're next on your list.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very curious where we're going to differ then, because and we should talk about the Rams a little bit. It's hard because it's just injuries. That's like the only reason.
Well, yeah, I mean it's like you want to say they shouldn't be there, but I mean they are.
Mm-hmm.
They are there, and they're not a good team right now.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, what do we think the chances are that they get their players back this year?
I think they'll get him back this year.
Do you think they'll have time to turn their season around?
No.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah.
I think the NFL is just such a competitive league that if you don't have your team for half the season, you're just out.
It's over. Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, my 4, you said your 4 is the Rams. Mine, fourth worst, I want to make sure everyone knows.
Yeah, fourth worst.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins are my absolute worst team.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I get spoiler alert.
So I know that I have them fourth worst because they basically, I mean, it's not even that they're getting, I mean, they are getting blown out, but like the other teams aren't scoring a ton. It's just the fact that they're only scoring like 3 points a game.
I think they've scored 45 through 4 weeks, I guess, right?
Yeah. Let me see.
Is that what numbers you have?
What I have here. 45 through 4 weeks. They're averaging
11 points a game.
11 and a quarter points a game, which is the lowest in the NFL currently.
And what's just so strange about that is the only person that's injured. Well, I mean, there's a lot of injuries, I'm sure. And there was a defensive guy that went out for the year. But like on offense, really, it's just Tua.
And Mostert. But they have
They have like 4 running backs.
They have plenty of guys to replace them. Honestly, I think who this really falls on is Michael McDaniel. And I hate to say it because I really like him. Or I thought he was like a very smart, good coach.
Yeah.
But it just seems like he has no answers at all to this.
It kind of seems like it's just a bad coach. I don't really want to say that too freely, but it seems like they've sort of just lost the team.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it seems like they've just fully given up on the season.
Yeah.
Like Tua went down, they're like, well, okay.
So Tua, I think, is going to come back, though. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't think he should. I don't think it makes any sense. From anyone's perspective, I don't think it makes any sense.
I think if I'm Tua, I'm coming back.
I mean, and I understand that, but also someone needs to like protect him from himself.
Yes, I would need someone to do that. Would you do that for me?
Yeah, I would say no. No, it's the guy has had so many concussions.
I know he shouldn't. I mean, I'm torn.
So, like, if his track record was like, oh yeah, he gets 1 concussion a season, maybe I go, okay, well, he had it for this year, so let him back in.
Another question, just a really simple question for you.
Yeah.
Why is he not wearing? Like, can the quarterback not wear that Guardian helmet thing?
I have no idea.
Because I've seen other players wear it in a
too.
game. So
I don't know what the deal is with. I don't know. I think the whole thing is kind of a bummer.
Well, it's negatively affecting him.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
And
the effect on the league, it's just very negative.
Should we kind of share it? Because we want to educate.
So educate our listeners.
So listen, we were talking about this pre-pod today, and we said it's sometimes hard to know when to use the word affect and when to use the word effect because they sound very similar.
Well, yeah, and they kind of mean the same.
And they mean
exactly the same thing.
So, fun little acronym is RAVEN. Now the R doesn't stand for anything, so don't worry about that.
But it helps you remember.
Yeah, because then A stands for affect. You use affect when it's a verb, V.
An action.
And then effect is used when it's a noun.
Noun.
So you got Raven, A-V-E-N. That's how you remember.
So it's still tricky for me, but I'm trying to get better at that.
And you know what I've noticed? You are better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And here's this, bring it all together.
Yep.
Tua's got to work on the concussions and get better if he wants to play.
Yeah. And maybe he should learn the Raven acronym also. That might help him just in a different way.
Yeah. I think Mike McDaniel's got a big issue down there in Miami.
Yeah, I really hate to say this, but I think if I was Miami's owner, I think what he's showing me is that he can't fix it and that I need to do something else.
So if you're the Miami owner, here's an idea for you. Just, let Mike go. Just fire him.
Yep.
Tell Tua, like, you're sitting the rest of the year. Get healthy.
Yeah.
And just go for the first pick.
I like that. So it kind of is frustrating because I know in football you're not supposed to, like, come out and say we're tanking.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Like, I think they should allow that.
Well, it's only going to negatively affect your organization.
Yeah.
Like ticket sales are going to go down. Like and
everyone knows you're bad. Just like, what's wrong with just saying like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, like we're looking to get our team better for next year.
Yeah. Like we gave it our best shot. It's not like they came into the season going like, we're going to tank this year.
Yeah.
But things took a turn and it's like, well, now there's not a choice.
I think we've talked enough about the Dolphins.
I agree. Okay, who's your third worst?
Jaguars.
Okay.
I kind of wish they were the worst team.
They are my worst team.
I think they deserved that spot.
Yeah, they. I think I said it. We joke. I always used to joke about the Chargers looking like they were trying to lose by 1.
Yeah,
and I think I said on the last pod that Jaguars look like they're trying to lose by like 2 touchdowns every game.
Mm-hmm.
And they are like really leaning into that. It's hard to watch with them.
Well, they've scored about 50 points less than they've given up. Did I say that right?
That's what do you think they need to do? Is it time to just clean house?
Yeah, similar to the Miami Dolphins, except for they have a good roster. Yeah. It's just they don't have their coaching staff doesn't know what to do or something.
Well, okay, but I think we've talked about this. You would include Trevor Lawrence in the things that need to change, right?
No, not necessarily. Okay. I think he's a gifted... I think he's probably...
Do you think someone could come in and make him good?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, pair him with one of these offensive-minded guys? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The crazy thing is that Doug Peterson and Press Taylor is an offensive-minded guy.
He was, I guess.
Yeah. It's true. It's crazy how I feel like I'm noticing it this year more than really any other that I've watched football, where there's a very clear... like new football versus old football.
Yeah.
As far as coaching goes, and the old football coaches aren't good anymore. Like they are having a really hard time keeping up. It's really interesting.
I think we kind of saw it before the season even started with Vrabel and Belichick not getting an opportunity for this year.
Yeah.
In coaching, right? Like the league saw it.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, so my third place spot, I have the Panthers. Where are they at for you?
They are the second worst.
Okay. So it looks like we have a little shuffle, but basically the same teams. How do you feel? I kind of think.
So sorry, the Raiders were my. Or not the Raiders. Sorry, the Raiders are somewhere close to this, but they're my fifth worst. Who was your fifth worst again?
Fifth worst was the Rams. Yeah, Rams, and then Dolphins, and then Panthers for me. As we're counting down to the worst.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think? I kind of think the Panthers are going to be out of the bottom 5 here soon. Andy Dalton seems like he at least has made the offense functional.
Yeah. He's getting them out of the hole. It's just the hole was really, really big.
Really bad. Yeah. Like they're going to be lower. They're going to be the bottom half of the league still, but I don't know that they're going to be bottom 5 anymore.
No, they're definitely like on the incline, but still probably a bottom 10 team for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of, though, as I watch like Andy Dalton come in, turn around, Joe Flacco and the Colts came in, kind of turn it around.
Yep.
I don't want to toot my own horn.
Yeah.
But again, it's like these, the backups are like backup QB is like one of the most important positions in football, and I think that teams still are overlooking it. And then also, it's like the style of quarterback they are. No one is trying to draft these guys anymore, but you can see like when they come in, they can run an offense better than like most of these guys that they're trying to bring into the league, you know?
Yeah, I think it's...
Is it just experience?
That's what I was going to say. Like, I think a lot of it, too, is someone that has been a starter, then they move to a backup person.
Yeah.
It's probably seen it in such a different way.
Yeah.
And then when they get another shot to come in, it's like a whole different person.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, I feel like that's what happened with Geno Smith, just in case you didn't know who I was talking about. And, you know, I just think, I really think the NFL, I don't know if we're going to see a pendulum swing kind of in the other direction, but I think they need to be thinking about these guys who can just, like, kind of game manage, for lack of a better term.
Right. There's so much flash that doesn't always pan out.
Yeah. And it's like like Anthony Richardson's a perfect example. Like all the flashes that you can have, but he just cannot
stay healthy
or like just put an offense together that wins. It's like
I think there's better. I'm not tired, okay? I kind of yawned, but I think there's better days ahead for Anthony Richardson.
I think so too. I think for all the young guys, they need some time. But I do think it would not be a bad idea for these teams to have like an older guy. I mean, we've just seen how valuable that is.
Absolutely.
Okay, who do you have as your second to worst team?
I think I already said it. Hang on, let me pull it back up. It's the Panthers.
Okay, so you have the Panthers there.
Yeah.
Okay. I have the Browns as
okay, so that's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, there's one that I don't have that you have.
Yeah.
And it's the Browns.
So where do you have the Browns?
The Browns are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th worst.
Okay. I think the Browns are just like
they're terrible.
They're horrible.
They look so bad.
And it's like, what a depressing situation. Like, you do this enormous trade, or was it a trade to get Deshaun Watson? Or what, did they just sign him on free agency?
Yeah, I think it was a trade because I think they gave picks as well.
Just the biggest mess that it could have been.
Yeah.
Like, okay, would you say that's a worse trade than the Russell Wilson one when the Broncos took Russell? Which one do you think's worse?
I would say it's got to be worse, just considering like. I mean, did it happen around the same time?
Around the same time, I think.
Yeah, and it's still the Browns are going to be in a hole for a lot longer than the Broncos probably.
Yeah, it's wild. Kind of a bummer for the team, but yeah.
Yeah.
So then my worst is Jaguars. I already said that. You have
Dolphins are my worst.
Okay.
I would say the bottom two for me, Panthers and Dolphins, are like neck and neck to just be tanking.
Yeah, I actually, now that we said it, Panthers and Browns for me are tied for second to worst.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking. Okay, now let's turn things.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
It's interesting that the Browns are so bad, but there's 2-2, I think, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Or 1-3, maybe.
1-3, maybe. Let me look.
I don't know. But it's just, I don't know. It's funny. Kind of funny. I'm getting a little more comfy.
I'm going to be honest. I'm looking for the Browns on my list of wins and losses. I might have just... Oh, no, they're down here. Okay, I found them. They're 1-3.
1-3, okay. They've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay, let's talk about the good teams.
Yeah, let's
We're
get
talking
up there.
top 10, baby.
So, this is not taking into account last night.
You know what? Not taking into account last night. What we did last week was kind of fun, where we would go through, list who we have for that position, and then talk about who we think is the best team out of those.
Yeah.
Like, kind of who would win.
Yeah.
Who do you got at 10?
Commanders.
Okay. I have a 3-way tie for 10.
I didn't take that into account. I have a 2-way tie for 9th.
Okay.
So, but I mean, the Commanders will be my 10th.
Okay, for 10, Commanders is one of them. And then I also have the Steelers and Saints. All of them are tied for 10.
Dang, so the Saints are down to 10.
They've dropped to 10th place now.
Wow.
For me.
I wish I could say the same.
And I think out of those teams, I think the Commanders is the best of them.
So I didn't have a chance to do what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Where I was going to kind of re-rank my top 10.
Sure.
You talk about your 10 team, and I'm going to do a little bit of work.
Okay, great. So, again, I think Saints are, in my opinion, going to continue to drop. I think they're going to drop out of the top 10. Steelers, I think, are going to hover around that 10th place spot. I think they might drop out next week. Commanders, I think, which I'm very surprised I'm saying this, but I think they are legit.
Yes.
Offense, like, Jaden Daniels looks he's
amazing.
Great. Like, he's a phenomenal... It's kind of the same thing that happened with C.J. Stroud last year.
Yes.
Where you're like, I just kind of expected a mediocre rookie.
Caleb's doing better than Bryce Young, but it's so similar to that 1-2 where the one is like, he's good, but there's some questions.
I was thinking about this last night and this morning. There's almost like you almost don't want the first pick. You want the guy who gets snubbed for the first pick.
Yeah, he's got the chip.
I feel like the guy was with the chip on their shoulder. Like, I was trying to think in my head, like, if Caleb Williams got snubbed and went second instead of first.
That's a good...
Do you think he would be better right now?
Well, no, like, same team, different... Like, if he's on the Commanders, how's he look? I think he looks phenomenal.
Right, I do too. So I think it's kind of an interesting...
And I bet, Jaden would kind of be a little bit struggling on the Bears.
Exactly. So I think there's something to that where it's like the guys that in their mind think they deserved better, they come in with so much more motivation to be great.
I mean, it's happened so many times in history.
Yeah.
Just like it was Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf, right?
Yep.
And how did that turn out?
Oh gosh, still kind of sad that the Chargers went. Took Ryan.
The Chargers will never have a Manning.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 9.
So because of all the ties, my next rank is just a big old tie for 7. So you tell me about 9. Where do you got?
So I reworked my list a little bit in that break. I'm going to call it a break because no one wants to listen to just you.
Yeah, tell me about it. They probably everyone was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. We're
the
going to go to the
Ravens.
bathroom.
The Ravens.
Ooh.
Number 9. Okay. They are making my top 10.
They have not made it yet for me. They're currently tied for 13th with the Falcons for me.
Oh, the Falcons might move up after last night.
Yeah, and the Ravens have very steadily. Let me see here. So they started 23rd. They dropped to 28th after week 1. And then they've gone back to 21 and now 13. So they are really shooting up the list here.
Yeah.
They looked so good in that last game.
Yes.
Like,
they got it going.
Kind of unstoppable, honestly. Because the Bills didn't look bad.
No, I mean, the Bills are ranked higher than them on my list right now.
But the Ravens just looked like there was nothing that the Bills could do. Like, it was just totally out of their hands. Okay, so you have them at 9.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think they're going to, like, just keep shooting up? Or do you think they're going to stay around a 9?
I think they're going to be
I guess
up next week.
Do you think that, how, like, the first couple weeks when everyone was like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
Do you think they still have that in them, or they just needed to work that out?
I think they just need to work it out because it's like not a lot of new players, but like your star player, Derrick Henry, is new.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to talk about Mark Andrews, but I don't know where he's just a great blocker now. Yeah, apparently.
Way to go on the blocking.
So I think it was more of let's figure out how we do this and let's start doing it.
I kind of think so too. I think that was basically their preseason.
Yeah,
and
there you go. Yeah,
it's done, and now they're playing. Okay, who do you have at 8?
So I reworked this. I have the Buccaneers there.
Oh, okay. I have them up a little bit higher right now. But I kind of think probably 8's a good spot for them. I don't think they're going to stay where I have them right now. What do you think about that team? Do you think they're for real?
I actually do. And I don't know if I would have said that before last night, but I watched them last night, and even in a loss, I was really impressed.
Okay. That's really... Yeah, because I didn't get to watch last night again.
You were seeing a Taylor Swift
tribute cover band.
Yeah.
But in the past, Baker's kind of one of those guys that, like, when he's on, he looks great, and when he's off, sometimes it looks like, yikes, he's really not good.
I don't think it's the same Baker now.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, too. Like, just from the little bits that I've seen this year, it looks like he's kind of put it together.
Yeah, he's playing super confidently. Yeah. He looks good.
I think he's kind of... I don't know. I think he still has this in his personality where, like, he really thrives mentally off being thought of as an underdog. Like, he really likes that. But earlier in his career, it was kind of, like, immature.
Yeah.
Like, he was just looking to, like, kind of pick fights with the media. Like,
weird stuff. It was just weird.
I think now he almost is just kind of locked into, like, I'm the underdog. I don't need to talk about it all the time. I just can go out and play.
He looks like, to me, it looks like he's playing the game so much more faster.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it's like he didn't. The game was moving too fast for him. Now he's like moving as fast as the game.
Yeah. And I mean, it definitely helps. He has a good team around him, too. But I think he's doing really well. I don't even know who their offensive coordinator is. So it's like one of those things where I can't even say, like, oh, it might be the system or something like that.
I think he's proven, that it's not. It's more Baker.
Okay, 7th. I have a bunch of teams. Who do you...
So here's a question. Are the Chargers in your top 10, or have they fallen out?
They've fallen out.
Yes, and they've fallen out of mine too, and they're probably going to go even a little bit lower since they're on a bye.
Yeah, they're currently tied for 15th with the Bears.
Yeah, they're like at 12, 13, I think, for me. But I have the Packers here.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. I have 3 teams. None of them are the Packers. Actually, the Packers aren't in my top 10 anymore.
Really?
But I have the Broncos, the Texans, and the 49ers all at 7.
The Broncos.
I think it's crazy, too, to the point defense. Where I'm like, did I put something in wrong? But I think it is. It's just the defense. They've had a couple wins where their defense has held people to like very low numbers.
Yeah, they're 15 for me, so they're a lot higher than I thought.
Yeah, they've very kind of quietly just been able to play like medium to like, I don't know, I don't want to say good football, but like medium to above average football.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's been enough to sneak them into 7th place for me.
That's crazy.
I don't think they're a 7th place team.
I don't.
They'll drop. Honestly, even the Texans right now, I feel like that they're 3-1, but they could very easily be 1-3.
They're about like middle of the pack for me, around 19.
Okay, and then obviously my other one's 49ers, and I think the only reason they're at 7 is because of injuries.
So 49ers are my next team at
6?
6.
Okay. I have at 6 the Seahawks.
I think I'm a little off. I think they're actually my 5th.
Oh, okay. Who do you have at 6?
I think I skipped 6 in my reworkings.
I like that. I kind of like that you just were like, no one. How about no one?
Let's see. But I'm looking at Buccaneers, Packers. I dropped the Chargers out. I think I'd have to put the Chiefs are in that top 10, but they're closer to 10. I think that's where I messed up.
Okay. I have the Chiefs up higher. What do you think? Where are the Seahawks for you?
The Seahawks are out. They're 14th.
What do you think about them as a team?
Not put together yet.
Do you think they'll get it this season?
Maybe.
Okay. I guess here's my question: are they a playoff team?
Maybe.
Okay, I kind of
they're in a really hard division.
They're like a wild card, maybe.
I think I won't be surprised if they're in the wild card. Yeah. That makes sense to me. I think they're about a half. They're not top 10 in my point of view, in my opinion, but I think they're a top 15 team.
Okay, wait. So Seahawks, Rams, 49ers. Who's the other?
Seahawks, Rams, 49ers. I always forget this last team.
Who is it?
We're gonna Cardinals.
Yeah. Okay, that's why I couldn't remember because I don't like to think about them.
They're the odd man out.
You know what? Right now, the Seahawks are the best team in that division.
They're.
I mean, the 49ers just need to get healthy, but like
they very well will be second place in that division at the end of the year.
Yeah, because the Rams aren't going to do it.
No.
Cardinals, I think, are too off and on.
We've hit on them in the preseason. We know what's happening there. They're not making the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. So, Seahawks maybe are more of a lock for the playoffs than I was thinking, actually.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Let's see here. Who did you say you had at 5?
We'll say the Chiefs. I messed it up.
Okay. I have a 2-way tie. I don't have a 5th place because I have a 2-way tie for 4th.
Okay, so let's go to 4.
So who do you have?
Lions, Detroit.
Ooh. Okay, they're actually they're up a little higher.
Okay.
My 4s are Bills and Bucks.
Okay.
The Bills dropped a little bit because of their loss to the Ravens.
Yeah, it was an ugly loss.
And then the Bucks they're hanging in up there. Obviously, I think last night's game is going to change it a little bit, but
not by much, I don't think, though, because they played well.
Yeah, out of the 3 of those teams, who do you think is the best?
Is Bills, Bucks, Lions?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. My initial thing is Bills.
Yeah, I would say it would be a toss-up between the Lions and Bills.
Yeah.
Kind of given where they're playing in the night, that could go either way.
I think Lions.
I don't think the Bucks are up to those other 2 teams' standard.
Not quite. They're close, but they're just not quite there.
Yeah. What were you going to say about the Lions?
I would say Lions and Bucks. Lions and
Bills.
If you have them play 3 games,
yeah,
Lions are winning 2 out of 3.
You think?
Yeah.
I think that's probably. I think the Lions also kind of had a slow start getting themselves together.
Oh, but they look good.
And now they're starting to like really come on. Yeah.
Mr. Perfect, Jared Goff.
Yeah. I understand like the Seahawks defense is really depleted. Mm-hmm. But to get 18 completions in a game and no incompletions.
And they weren't like, he's not dinking and dunking.
Like, he's like throwing. That was really impressive. Like,
and catching a touchdown pass.
Yeah, that was really cool.
By Amon-Ra.
Did you watch that happen? Did you get to watch that
I don't
game?
think I saw it live. I saw Jared Goff like celebrating in the end zone. Like I think my kid was talking to me or something.
Yeah. It was just really funny because he had a defender like right on him.
Yeah.
And he's pretty slow. Like he's not very fast. But he caught it. I was like, whoa, that's really cool.
Good for him.
Very good for him. We love Goff around here.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I have another tie for second, so I don't have a third place team. Do you?
I have the Steelers.
Oh, wow. They're still way up high for you.
Yeah. It's kind of like don't ask me why, but there they are. I think Justin Fields threw for over 300 yards.
Yep.
He's coming into his own. It's a good team. I mean, you can't tell me they're not a good team.
No, I don't. I would not try to tell you that. What do you think their season's going to end up being?
We can't be 8-8 anymore. Whatever the closest thing to 500, but winning.
You do think they're going to be 9-8?
Yeah.
Interesting. So they'll drop out of the top 10, you think?
I don't know.
Okay, great. Cool take. That is, I don't know what to make of them because their defense is great. Their offense seems to me to be like a weird coin flip. I don't know if they're good or not.
But I think they're going to be pretty good offensively.
They don't seem bad. They're not bad the way I thought they were going to be bad.
The thing that pisses me off a little bit about Michael Tomlin is he's like, we're getting Russell ready. Like, come on, dude.
Do you think?
And I'm a huge Russell lover.
You love Russell.
I love him.
I hate him. I said it. Do you think that he's saying that because he means it, or do you think he's saying that so that teams are like, well, we have to prepare for both quarterbacks?
I actually think it's neither of those.
Oh, what do you think?
I think it's just him keeping Justin Fields on his toes. Yeah. Which is stupid, I think.
I do too.
I don't think Justin is the type of guy that needs that. I think he needs like, hey, you're doing great, man. We love you. You are our
team.
You're
the team. We're doing it. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of one of the very few old school things that I'm like, I just don't think that works the way that they think it does. Like,
not today. I mean, these players are coming here. No cat, man. They're coming in here. They're busting. They don't want to hear all this old school stuff.
That's right, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to coach with Riz. They want a coach that cares.
They want a caring Riz.
Yes.
A Riz Lord, if you will. Okay. 2. Second place. The silver medal. I have a tie. What do you got?
I have Haley Steinfeld's Buffalo Bills.
Wow. They deserve it. I like them up there. I have my ties the Chiefs and the Lions. Now, the Chiefs are there because they just keep winning.
This is for second, correct?
This is for second.
Okay.
Out of those 3 teams.
Let's argue.
Let's argue a little bit. You would take the Bills?
The Bills over all those. What? It was the Chiefs and who?
Chiefs
Lions?
and the Lions.
Oh, we already argued the Chiefs and Lions.
Yeah, we kind of already said. I definitely agree that the Chiefs are only there. The only reason they're in there is that wins are heavily counted and they're undefeated.
Yeah.
So that's why. I mean, period. That's why they're number 2. But if they were to play the Bills or the Lions, I think they would lose both games.
I want to see a team come out hot, kind of like what the Chargers did.
Yep.
But I want them to keep the pedal on the metal.
Yep.
And I want to see the Chiefs down by like 28 points at halftime.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I bet the Chiefs it'll end by a 1-point game.
I think they still
I don't know how they do it, but they stay in these games.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I mean, it is to the point because we've talked about this. Mahomes is annoying.
Yeah,
but he's also really good, and you just can't really argue against it. He's just really, really good.
I think it's cool to see him. How at first he was just like Tyreek's down there, throw it.
Yeah.
So now he's like just a really, really good quarterback.
Yeah. What do you think, though? Obviously, and maybe we should just talk about this for a minute. Rashee Rice is probably out for the season.
It's kind of weird, though.
Because Mahomes injured him.
Yeah.
Which is like a crazy, like, that's never happened in the history of the NFL, probably.
I think, I didn't hear, I just, like, read the quote, but I guess Mahomes didn't even realize it in the moment. And then, like, he, like, looked up at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, at the Jumbotron, whatever. Yeah.
And he was like, oh, shoot. Like,
Yeah, that's...
I just took him out.
Yeah, and there's no way. There was such, like, a bang-bang. There was, like, four guys in there. You think it was malicious? I
think this might be Mahomes trying to prove he can do it with nothing.
Yeah. Nobody at all. He's going to injure every person on his team and just play by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't. I think that, listen, the Chiefs were already kind of playing like a very unexciting form of offense.
Yeah.
And now without Rashee Rice, I just don't think they can. I think that's kind of like the straw that's going to break the camel's back. And I think Mahomes will still be good. But I don't think, I mean, right now they're undefeated. I don't think they're going to continue winning these games.
So I think really close. It's like Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like it's a shift. It's like if we're talking fantasy football, he's not like quarterback you want to start.
No, absolutely.
Just because, yes, he's going to be a good quarterback. He's going to win games. But it's not the same type of winning that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So then, yeah, like we already talked about, you feel like the Lions would beat the Bills if they were given a series.
And I think the Chiefs are the worst out of those three.
I totally agree with that.
But I still think that the Chiefs would win, though. Just somehow, they just seem to win.
They have like some kind of weird magic.
Andy
Reid, like, he must have like helped a genie or something. I don't know. He has been given wishes, and one of them was just to always win.
Yeah.
Okay, number one team. Do you want to say it on 3?
1,
2,
3. Vikings.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't even think they're a fluke.
No, I think...
I did at first.
I don't think they're going to win every game.
No.
But shoot, at the same time, they might win every game.
I think that they have the best coaching staff on both sides of the ball this year.
Yeah, I agree. Tom McVay.
Yeah, Tom McVay.
Do you know that Tom McVay went to San Diego State?
No.
As a quarterback.
So he's basically kind of our guy.
Yes, he got drafted by the Patriots. He was on some of the local San Diego radio.
I love him more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really think they are like just on fire.
Okay, give me a prediction. The best team, according to you and me, how are they going to fare at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time in London Sunday?
Who are they playing?
Jets.
Oh, they're going to be fine.
Do you think it's like a blowout win? They're fine?
We're talking about a Sam Darnold revenge game in London.
There we go.
London.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it really has anything to do with Sam Darnold. I think the Jets' offense has looked so
bad.
hard. It's not even bad. Just like it looks like everything to do anything for them is so hard.
Yeah.
And I think that the Vikings defense is just gonna. And you know what I found out?
What?
This is the first time Aaron Rodgers has ever gone up against a defense coached by the defensive
Flores.
Yeah, Brian Flores of the Vikings.
Huh.
And Brian Flores is known for being like kind of a crazy defensive mind, where like he just throws stuff at you that's very weird.
Yeah.
So I could see Rodgers kind of folding.
Yeah.
And then I think the Vikings offense will be fine. The Jets defense is good, but not like, I don't know. They're tired because they're on the field so much. So
right. I don't know. I just have this weird feeling that it's going to be a game that we're not predicting right. I kind of just have this feeling.
Well, I mean, if it's anything like every other prediction I've made this season, I'm probably wrong. But
I hope it's not, but I just kind of think, I don't know, man. The way the Jets have been sucking, and maybe they just show up and surprise us.
And traveling to London, that's like a big, you're all out of sorts.
Well, Aaron, he goes to Egypt, he goes everywhere. He'll be fine.
Yeah, that's a good point. Aaron gets it. He's a world traveler. Everyone else on the team is going to be tired.
Yeah, Salah or whatever.
Yeah, I think it'll be an interesting game. I still think the Vikings are a better team. Even if they lose, I think they're a better team.
Let's do a bet. I think the Jets are going to surprise the Vikings on Sunday morning.
We'll talk about this more on the bet show, but I think the Vikings will not be surprised by the Jets.
Bet.
Listen, these have been our rankings. Is there anything else that we need to talk about rankings wise, or in the weeks that happened? Was there any headlines or news that came up? Oh, there is something.
Here we go. What is it?
Davante Adams wants out of the Raiders.
Yep.
Who do you think?
Jets.
You think Jets should be his number one, or they should be working the hardest to get him?
I just think that's where he's going to go.
Just because of the Aaron Rodgers connection?
Yeah.
I mean, I get that. I definitely get that. And I thought that too. I really hope. I think the one I would like to see if I had my wish come true.
Yeah.
I would love to see him on the Lions.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. I mean, do they need him?
No, but they would have him, Jameson Williams, and Amon-Ra. They're all a very different type of wide receiver.
It's very true.
And I think they would be almost like a nearly unstoppable offense at that point. Because how do you cover everyone? You know what I mean? You have two running backs in the backfield who are very different.
Yep.
And kind of confusing. And then you have Jameson Williams just
taking the top off.
Yeah, like running a
9 route.
Yeah, just run into the end zone every time.
Okay.
You have Amon-Ra in the middle, and then you have Davante on the sideline.
It's just on the bench.
Yeah, just taking it down.
Here's another wrinkle to this.
Yeah.
They got Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
Up the middle of the field.
Yeah, I just think that would be so cool. Yeah. Do you have a team? Do you have a wish list team for Davante?
Well, just one that I think would be so stupid.
Oh, okay.
Just terrible if Davante does this.
Yeah.
Do you know who it is?
I don't.
Reuniting with a quarterback he played with.
Oh, no. Don't say the Saints.
Yes, people are saying that.
Oh.
It'd be terrible.
That makes me feel sick.
Yes.
I don't.
You tried it. It didn't work. Don't do it again.
You already went to the Raiders, which anyone could have told you was probably not a good choice. Because he's the thing. Yeah. I understand some players don't care so much about winning, right?
But, I mean, he does, right?
But he does.
Yeah.
So why are you going to these bad teams? Go to a good team and win.
Even the Jets, man.
Yeah.
Even the Jets. I don't know.
It seems like a bummer, like a waste.
Some people are throwing out the Commanders. What do you think about that?
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
I think they could use another wide receiver. They have Terry McLaurin and then kind of guys I've never heard of.
Yeah, same. That's how I feel.
And so I think that would be, it's just another option.
Okay, here's another one for you. What if Davante Adams stays in the same state?
Okay.
Maybe. Oh, wait, sorry. I was thinking about the old place the Raiders played.
I was like.
But maybe he still has a house in Oakland.
Yeah.
And maybe he just goes a little bit, what would that be, west?
To the Niners?
To the 49ers.
That would be kind of cool.
I feel like that's on par with the Lions. Then you're like, wow.
Oh, yeah. I just am, that's almost, for them, it's almost like you have too many weapons at that point. But how are you going to get all these guys the ball?
Ayuk is kind of a shell of himself.
That's true.
Debo is going to be hurt.
Yeah. No,
Kittle is going to be hurt.
That would be cool. I would like it.
Yeah.
I would also like the Chargers. I'll just say it.
That's kind
of a homer thing. I don't think it's useful. I don't think it because I think whoever takes him would be taking him for just this year. And then
is he on the end of a contract?
He has a couple more years on his contract. His salary goes up it almost doubles. And it's kind of to the point where no one would want. He's just an aging wide receiver. I don't think they would do that.
Yeah.
So I think wherever he goes, the stipulation is going to be you play out this year, and then you can hit free agency or whatever.
I hope he goes. I do hope he gets traded.
Oh, me too.
And I hope it's to an exciting team. I hope it will probably bolster someone's rankings with that move.
I agree. All right, folks. Hey, those are our rankings, but get ready because we're gonna pop off here. And then we're going to pop back on, and we're gonna talk bets.
Okay, and we have Air Jordan is not going to be with us,
but we have his picks.
But we have some picks from Air Jordan.
I love that. Okay, great. Okay,
see you next week.
We'll see you on the next one.